Welcome to Seattle College's international programs and our show Conversations With, where we talk to people that help you understand how you too can be an international student in the United States and why Seattle Colleges should be your first choice. We'll talk to students and staff and agents and government folks, all kinds of people about what you can expect when you're getting ready to apply or travel here, what you'll experience while you're with us, and how it can all lead to an amazing life. Don't forget to check out the Seattle College's International Programs website at intl.seattlecolleges.edu, where you can find a treasure trove of information about the school, the programs here, and best of all, fill out and submit your application. Again, that's intl.seattlecolleges.edu. Hey everybody, welcome back to Seattle College's Conversations With. We're here at Seattle Central College.
We are.
Which is a great place for our culinary program. And today, brand new graduate as of yesterday or today?
Yes.
Today was your last.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah. Brand new graduate. So exciting. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Why don't you tell everybody who you are, what the program is. Obviously it's culinary, but you can be more specific.
Okay.
Where you're from exactly, and then how long you've been here maybe.
Okay. Hi everyone, my name is Anushka Pathak and I'm from Pune, India. I came here in 2023 to do my culinary arts program at Seattle Central College. And this program, it was a good program, like overall. So there are like 5 quarters. So like each quarter you do different things and you kind of just like progress each quarter. There's so much to do. And then I just graduated yesterday. Yeah. It was my last official day of school. And yeah.
So off you go to your next thing, which we'll talk about in a moment. But first, let's get a little bit of a background on, so you're from Pune, India.
Yes.
As a little girl growing up there, did you go to private or public school?
So it was a private school.
Okay.
Yeah. And then, so I feel like growing up, I always had that love inside me of cooking. I remember when I was 7, I made my first perfect roti. So roti is like a Indian bread that they call it here. So people take like years to master that. But I remember I did that when I was 7. And yeah, ever since then, I had that cooking love inside me.
Right.
I remember people studying for their exams. And I was in the kitchen cooking.
But you must have had a mentor. Who was it that turned you on to cooking? Was it your grandmother, your mother, your father?
My mom. I feel like because she's a really good cook.
Yeah.
And looking at her, when she used to cook in the kitchen, that just really got me. And that's when I started practicing. I remember just practicing my techniques, my skills ever since I was like a little girl. Really? And and then when I started getting good at it, that's when I realized that, hey, I have this inside me, I have this passion, and I need to pursue it. And that's when I applied for Seattle Central.
Right. So you went through high school.
Yes.
Was there a focus on culinary at that high school?
Yes.
Oh.
So in Pune, there was this college where they still have specialization in culinary, like arts kind of program. Okay. So you get high school degree in food production.
I didn't know. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So when I did my 10th grade, that's when I realized like, hey, I need to pursue my passion, which was culinary. So let's try high school in culinary. And that's what I did. Wow. And then I applied and then I got into the college. I got I did that for like 2 years. And then when I did that, I applied for a diploma. Okay. Which was also in food processing.
Right. Is it hard to get into that school?
It's not that hard, but also like I got really good grades 10th grade. Okay. So a lot of people around me were saying, since you have good grade, why don't you try science, or why don't you try like other sides? But my heart was just telling me, no, I need to go to this school, I need to do this, I need to do my high school, and that's what I did.
Okay, so a lot of Indian students that I talk to are like, Mom, Dad want me to be an engineer, or they want me to be a doctor. Were your parents really supportive of you doing this?
Very. Even my sister. Cool. So my mom, dad, and my sister, they motivated me. Mm-hmm. At that time, I was like not sure low-key, my brain was just telling me, what if everyone's right? What if I need to go to science? But then they kind of give me that reassurance saying that, no, if you like this, go for your passion.
That's awesome.
If you love culinary, then do it, but like do it with like your whole heart. Don't just do it in the like sake of it. Just
good advice right there, guys.
just like if you want to like pursue something, just go all in.
And shout out to her parents for supporting you. That's so great. Yeah. So you went through this school.
Yes.
What was the school? Well, let me ask you this. Was it similar to what you did here, or was it way different?
It was different. It was a lot of Marathi cuisine. So I'm from Maharashtra, and we have a lot of Marathi cuisines, which are traditional. And that's what I learned in that school, like how to do them, like cook them properly. And that's what we studied. But it was a lot different than what we do here. So in this school, in my program here, what we had is we have our two restaurants and one cafe. So the cafe is the Buzz Cafe, which is run by the pastry students.
And it smells so good.
It does. Oh my God. And then we have two restaurants, which is One World and Square One. So One World is a fine dining restaurant where the fourth quarter students, they cook in One World. And then our bistro is where we, the third quarter students make food. And so we are kind of trained in those two restaurants. We cook there kind of like 4 days a week because, and all the time. I feel like I was always there.
You were there a lot.
It's fun. It is fun. It's challenging. But if you have that passion inside you, then, you can do it.
You guys allow just normal students, if I was a history major, to just go down and order food if I want, right?
Yes.
The public can come in and eat at the restaurants?
So everyone can.
Yeah.
If you're just here to see the college, you can come in. If you're just, like someone's friends, you can just come in. Like I've had my friends come in there and eat all the time. The food is really good.
It's really good.
And we are open to public starting from Tuesday to Friday.
Cool.
From 11 to 1.
Yeah. It's not inexpensive,
Yeah.
so be prepared. It's not the kind of thing you're going to do every day.
Yeah.
But it is worth a special occasion or something.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It is.
All right, so you went through this school, graduated,
Yes.
and then you thought, all right, I'll go to the United States. Had you always kind of thought about going overseas to study?
So the reason why I came here is, so when I did my diploma in India, that's when I wanted to do a degree. But in India, we have hotel management, in which we have like front office, we have housekeeping. So we have like different sections in this industry. But my focus was mainly on just like culinary arts and just like food. So I really didn't want to do the other sections. And we don't have culinary arts degree in India.
What?
Yeah, we don't have a specialized degree. We have hotel management degree. So that's when I started looking online. I started looking at other countries, and then I found this college. I looked at the program. I read everything. I got in touch with like the dean, and then that's when I realized this is a very good program and I have to do it. So I applied. I got into it, and now I'm here. All graduated.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So you applied, you got accepted,
Yeah.
And then you, of course, have to get a visa interview.
Yes.
So when I talk to students from India, they're always interested in that part of it because a lot of people are trying to get their visas to come study.
Yes.
Let's hear about your experience.
Okay, so I just want to say, when I was going to apply for my visa, a lot of people kept telling me, you won't get your visa because you're going into a community college, which is not true. Trust me.
Not true.
It's not true, please. Because I remember when I was applying, everyone was just like scaring me so much. They were like, no, you won't get it. It's a community college. That's not true because you just need to get your documents right. And then they do your biometrics. You go for an interview just for like other colleges. Even if it was like a regular college which is not community, you will still have to follow the same process and you will get the visa.
We have a number of students from India at our 3 campuses, so lots of people are getting their visas.
Yeah.
And there are many community colleges all over the U.S. and lots of students from India, so it is possible, guys. But I think the parents I've talked to, India is not my territory, but I've talked to a number of people.
Yeah.
Parents get confused about what exactly a community college is because there is no real equivalent, right, in India?
Yeah, so we don't have like specially labeled community colleges in India. That's not what we call them in India. It's just, we have colleges. We don't label them as community.
Gotcha.
But, so that was kind of confusing for my parents too.
For sure.
When I was applying, a lot of people had negative things to say about it. I didn't let that get to me, honestly. I liked the program, and then I was like, it's worth the risk. Let's go for it.
Right.
If I don't get the visa, then I had a plan B. But as of now, I just wanted to get the visa, and I did.
And you did. So parents out there, if you're in India right now and you're a parent and you're like, what is this community college thing? It is university work. You are doing post-high school work.
Yeah.
So it's not a glorified high school. It's not just vocational technical. We do have vocational technical programs.
Yes.
Like culinary. But we also have, you could be a biochemistry major and you could watch a podcast with one of our female students from India. So lots of options here. Check out community colleges.
Yes.
Don't discount them. I'm glad you said that.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So let's hear about your visa interview. First of all, from the time you got your I-20 to the time you did your interview, how much time was it? Because usually the wait times are long.
It is. I would say it was like a month.
Oh, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
That's really fast.
I'm not 100% because that was like a long time for me, but it was not more than 3 months for sure.
That's great.
I think it was like a month, but for my visa interview, so I set up a date for my biometrics, and so day 1 you do your biometrics and day 2 you go for your interview. But for me the case was a bit different, so I went to Mumbai to give my biometrics, and I went in, I did my biometrics, and there was this lady standing there and she goes, okay, now you have your interview. I just like freezed. I said, like, you mean like right now? I asked her like 3 times, like, right now, you sure? And then she goes, yes. So you just have to just go up straight, and there's there's an officer standing there, and he's going to take your interview. And I know
it's a little nerve-wracking.
It is, like, at the spot I wasn't even prepared.
Right, because you thought you were going to come back.
I thought I had a day, so I went in, and then the officer just asked me basic questions, like I think 5 questions.
Okay,
he started by asking my name, and then he started by asking, like, what's like my major, if I studied culinary arts before, and then he also asked me if, like, this has always been my passion, and what's my plan after. That's what he asked me, and I got approved.
That's great. How long did it take, the whole thing?
The whole thing, 2 minutes.
Oh my gosh.
2 minutes. The interview was really fast.
That's really
and
amazing.
I feel like I was stressing out for no reason.
Right.
If I knew it was that easy, I wouldn't even stress out that much. But no, it wasn't stressful, and I had all my documents with me.
Of course.
So he didn't ask for a lot of documents. I think he just asked for my I-20, my passport, but that's it.
But be prepared, because they might ask you for it.
They might, sometimes you never know. But I feel like confidence also, like, you just have to be confident in there. Just just say what's the truth. It's easier.
Absolutely.
Just like, that's what I said. Like, when he asked me, has this always been your passion? And I straight up, like, my first answer was like, yes.
Great.
Ever since I was 7, yes. This has. Yeah. And that was the truth, so.
So, did he ask why Seattle?
No.
No. Interesting.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do.
Sometimes they do. Yes, they do. But
so did you apply to more than one culinary school?
No, I applied here.
Just this one?
And I waited because I really wanted this college. So
right.
I said to myself, I'm just going to wait and see what happens.
Sure.
Like, I had plans on applying to other schools as well. It's not like I just had, like, of just planning here. Like, if not this, then I had backup.
Okay, gotcha.
But I did get into this.
Right on. Now, when you applied, you actually get the choice for culinary. You could have gone to South Seattle College, but you chose to come to Central.
Yes.
Did you consider South? And if so, why did you end up choosing Central?
So the South Seattle College has hospitality management. So again, that's a bit different than culinary arts. So in terms of different, by that what I mean is, culinary arts is mostly when you cook in the kitchen, when you learn the techniques in the kitchen, when you learn the flavors inside the kitchen, that's culinary arts. And hospitality, again, is in terms of, like, they have a bit of maths, and it's kind of that.
Right.
A little bit. It's around that side. So again, my interest was in the kitchen. I really wanted to get specialized, trained inside the kitchen. That's why I decided for this program.
Cool.
And they don't have this in South Seattle. They have hospitality management.
But I'm going to I'm going to correct her a little bit because we have a kitchen out there at South.
Yeah.
We do have culinary. It's just the name of the degree is different.
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
but
gotcha.
yes, they do have they do cook in the kitchen at at South Seattle.
Right.
But here it's just you just work like in the restaurant. That's why.
And in season 1 of my podcast, you can actually find an interview I did with the director of the culinary program at South. So you can get a different perspective. I love the student perspective because you are on the ground doing the work. So that's really cool. But check it out. Then you get a full story. You can make a decision for yourself what you want to do. You chose Central, which is cool.
Yeah.
I also understand there's a little bit of a difference. Like you guys have a baking focus here where they don't have, or is it baking there? I can't remember.
We have a baking program here as well.
You do have a baking
So we have a
program here.
we have a pastry degree as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool. Which do you prefer? Do you prefer baking or do you prefer food prep?
I
Stuff.
prefer culinary, but that's just me.
Culinary stuff,
Yeah,
okay.
I like working in the kitchen. It's just just suits me really well. So.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, so you get your visa very quickly.
Yeah.
And then how much time between the time you got the visa and you getting on an airplane?
I got my visa in May, and then I had to fly. I think I came here September.
Oh, you started fall.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, did you have a lot of prep work to do before you got on a plane?
Yeah, in terms of like shopping and packing,
Of course.
I got a lot of like winter clothes.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Our
yeah.
weather's a little different here than
It is, yeah, and I've like read about it online, and I've heard at that time it rains a lot, so I had a lot of like raincoats and that kind of stuff.
And how have you found the weather since you've been here?
It's crazy. I just want to say it. I just want to say it. It's crazy.
How
Okay,
is it crazy?
I'm just gonna say this. It's bipolar.
Sure. It's a bipolar. Okay. fair
Because it's crazy in a way. Okay, the summers are really pretty.
enough. Summers are great.
Seattle is so pretty. It's so green. It's pretty. It's clean. The mountains and that kind of stuff. It's a good view. The nature is nice, but it rains a lot here. It rains a lot. It rains whenever it wants to rain. Like yesterday, it was sunny in the morning, and then we got a storm alert, and there was like a storm, I think.
Did you guys have lightning in town?
Yeah, but like my apartment did, but it was definitely like raining a lot.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, last night was a little unusual, actually. We don't get lightning storms very often.
Yeah.
But we got rocked last night, which
Yes.
was kind of cool. It was fun. I thought it was great. My dog was a little freaked out. I'm a Northwesterner. I grew up in the Northwest part of the United States. I don't think Seattle rains all that much. You're from India. You say it rains a lot.
well, it does for me.
Yeah.
If I feel like if I was from Mumbai, I think Mumbai people will kind of agree if they come here. It rains a lot in Mumbai.
No, okay.
The place I'm like Pune, it doesn't rain that much.
Right.
We do have rain, but it's not as crazy as it is. Like our summers are super hot and it doesn't rain for a day.
Yes.
I kind of like hot summers. I'm used
Do
to
you?
that.
Yeah,
I
of
do.
course. You grew up in that.
I grew up there, so I'm used to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. So, yeah, check it out. And, you want to have a different experience as a student anyway. So, come.
Yeah.
And you can get a jacket. It's not that big a deal. It doesn't, it hardly ever snows in the city.
Yeah.
Although we did get a little snow, I think.
We did, yeah.
Yeah, not too much.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
it does snow, so I'm glad I got like my winter clothes.
Yes.
I didn't know it snows here.
Yeah. a little
I really
bit.
didn't,
Not
because
too
I
much.
asked people and they had like different opinions. So sometimes a lot of people
Right.
said, no, like, sometimes it snows. Someone said it doesn't snow at all. So just to be on the safer side, I feel like if you're coming here, just carry like your winter clothes with you. It does get cold though. That's
Or
fine.
you can just visit REI while you're here. REI started in Seattle. It's an outdoor clothing company. You got great stuff. So you got here, and then you said it was 5 quarters long, the
Yes.
program.
Yes.
Did you take a vacation quarter at any point?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So I did 3 quarters here, and then so we don't have summer quarter
Yeah,
for
okay.
our program.
Oh, it doesn't. They don't meet at all.
No. So we have fall, winter, and spring. So I did that when I came here, and then I went back to India,
Right.
and then I came back again in September to
Gotcha.
do my 4th and 5th quarter.
Nice. So did you have the choice of starting in fall or in a different? Could you have started in spring?
I started in fall.
Yeah, but could you have started in spring?
I
There's
think so.
multiple intakes, I think.
I think so.
Okay.
I preferred the fall one.
Yeah, sure.
Because I feel like it's easier for us international students especially. So you come here in fall, the weather is pretty good in the beginning, and then you kind of settle in. If you come here in like winter, it's too cold, and then it's gonna snow, it's gonna rain, and then as soon as you come here, you're away from your family, and then as soon as you come here, the weather's depressing, and sometimes I feel like that may get to you. So coming here in fall is pretty wise. The weather's good. You're kind of like going out, socializing.
Yeah, that's nice.
So for like international students, I think that's why they prefer fall.
Right.
That's why I did.
Sure.
Yeah, personally.
But if you're in culinary, you're going to be in the kitchen all the time anyway.
Yeah,
so.
but...
And you were saying how early your program starts. So take us through well, let's just start with the first quarter of the program, because people might want to know, like, where do you start? I mean, do they say, this is a knife? I mean, do they take it that basic?
So when it was my time in like first quarter, our classes, I think they started around 9, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. That's not bad.
And then, we did, our chef did introduce us to like knives, because there are like a lot of knives. You do start with the basics. And I feel like that's important, because when you go later in the program, they like the chefs won't explain to you. So you have to be attentive. Yeah, because I feel like that's what they should do.
Right.
If you're learning in first quarter, you should be attentive, and you should just like know everything, like the basics at least. And then in first quarter, what we do is we make fruit, like, we cut fruits, we make salads, we make soups, and then that's what we did when I was in first. So we do that for student lunch. So we have a student lunch room where all the students eat their food.
Cool.
So we make salads and we keep it there, so everyone can enjoy it. So we make vinaigrettes, we make mayonnaise, and like basic sauces.
And do you kind of work for the older students, like the students that started before you?
Yes, kind of. Because you're kind of like making salads and like cutting fruits for them. And then you make like a pretty fruit platter. And you also have like other classes too. So, yeah.
Are the upperclassmen mean to you? Do they throw knives at you?
No.
Everybody's pretty tight. Yeah, it seems like a really great group. Whenever I go up there, it's easy to tell who the culinary students are.
Yeah.
Because you have to wear a uniform, right? Or you wear... how do you get that stuff?
So you go there, and then they have a person who brings, he stitches the uniform for you.
Okay.
So it has your name on it, which is really cute.
That's cute, yeah.
I had mine named as Anu.
That's cool.
And then you get an apron, you get your pants, you get a chef coat and a chef hat. And then, you wear that.
And is that all part of your tuition and fees, or is that extra?
That's separate.
Oh, it is separate.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. What other extra costs did you run into? Like, do they make you buy your own knives?
Yes.
Oh, they do? Okay.
Yeah. You have to bring a knife. You have to bring your own knives. They do give you like names of suppliers, so you buy a whole knife kit.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you do it right away, or do you kind of experiment with their stuff first and find what you like?
They advise you to get it right away. It's always good as a chef to have your own knife, so you don't kind of rely on others. And then I feel like everyone has like a preference on like what knife they use.
Right.
So it's good to like know that preference in first quarter, because as you will progress, it's good to have like your favorite knife with you. It's easy. It just makes your work easier.
Well, since you had done culinary school as a high school student, did you have knives already that you brought with you?
I did not know.
Oh, you didn't?
I did not. I came here, and then that's when I got them. And it took a while for me to get used to it. Just like the techniques and like the knife in general. So I remember I was in first quarter, our chef was just like explaining to us, hey, this is a paring knife. Like, this is a serrated knife. So they kind of walk you through everything, which is good. Yeah.
So your high school work that you did in India, that was taught in English, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Okay. So a lot of the terminology is the same, crosses
pretty
over?
much, yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much. It's
so you didn't have to relearn everything?
No. It's not that bad. It's pretty much the same. Like, if you have done this in India as well, it's gonna be a lot easier for you to just come here. It's quick. It's a quick pickup. It's quick. Because if you knew like English, if you knew like culinary English terms, it's easier.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. So that was your first quarter.
Yes.
And then when do they have you start getting into more main dish kind of stuff? That's
second quarter.
Second quarter?
So second quarter, you go all in, and then you cook on the line, and then you make food for like basically everyone technically. So you have 12 servings of each station. So you have different stations. You have the veg entree, you have grill station. So then the chef will give you a recipe, and then you make that times 12, and then you put food on the line, and then you cook on the line. So all the students, like first quarter, third quarter, fourth, and fifth, they eat off your line. Sometimes even the instructors.
Wow.
So that's when you really get the practice. I feel like that quarter for me, it was really good in a way. Like I learned a lot.
Was it stressful or was it fun?
Oh, yes, I would say it was stressful because it's such a it's so different than first quarter, because first quarter you're just working, you're chill, you're working on like your salad, your fruits, but as soon as you go there, you're working on the line.
Wow.
And I feel like a lot of people, they don't know how to work online, because working online is a lot stressful than working in the kitchen. It's just different.
And I'm guessing the foods that you were preparing are nothing like what you were doing back home. These are different kinds of foods.
Kind of, yeah. Like it obviously wasn't all Indian.
Yeah,
it was,
right.
It was just like different recipes.
But did you do like units on different cultures' foods?
Yes.
You did, okay.
Yeah, we do have that too here. Like here and even in like back home.
Oh, okay.
We did that. We also, like I said earlier, we had a lot of Marathi cuisine, but then also we would also like touch base on like other cuisines a little bit, like Italian or like sometimes Mediterranean.
Asian,
yeah,
like Chinese maybe. Or...
Yeah, but it was more based on like Marathi cuisine.
Okay.
But just like here and there a little bit, we used to do other cuisines.
Is Marathi cuisine spicy?
It can be.
It can be, okay.
It can be non-spicy too.
All right.
Yeah, we have a lot of variety.
Prefer?
I like spicy food.
Me too.
I love spice.
Yeah, throw it in there.
They used to call me, one of my chef instructor, he used to call me and my friend Spice Queens.
Okay. Yeah. And did you bring spice? So when you went home for vacation, did you bring a bunch of spices back?
I did not.
You didn't? Oh.
I didn't, because you get everything here.
You can?
Yeah, you can.
Really though?
I mean, come on, like there's a lot of Indian stores here.
There are, but is it the legit?
It's not, but like also I've made my peace with it.
Okay.
And it was just, I didn't bring any spices. No, I was more into like bringing like, a lot of clothes, more winter clothes.
Sure, okay.
Clothes are kind of expensive in Seattle.
They are expensive.
There's a lot of tax
in the United States.
So I would, if you're going back to India, just bring clothes, like a lot of them with
There you go.
That's my advice.
Yeah. So as you progress, you get to your fifth and final quarter.
Yes.
You have like a capstone project or something that is the culmination of all this stuff you've been learning?
Yes. So in fifth quarter, you have a lot of projects. It's not just one, but the project that I think you're referring to is a Chef of the Day. Yes. So I did my Chef of the Day. I did it. I did like a Indian theme Chef of the Day project. So you choose a theme. You can invite your family. It has to be for 12 people, but 4 of them are instructors. Okay. So you can call 8 of your family members, or like your friends.
And then you did have some family members.
Yeah,
now,
I did. I had my sister, my brother-in-law, and my mom, and the rest were like my friends.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you just you basically choose your own menu. It has to be a 4-course meal, and then there are like certain restrictions that they have. Like you have to use 1 land protein, 1 sea protein. You have to use a classic stock. Okay. It can be chicken or fish or like veg, anything. Right. And then I think there are like other restrictions. Like you have to show techniques in your dessert. So for my dessert, I did a chai spiced ice cream, and it was really good.
It sounds really good.
And then I made that into a faluda. It's like a layered Indian dessert. So we put like chia seeds and like other stuff, and faluda has like ice cream in it. So I just made my own ice cream and I layered it up with it.
Okay, but let's talk about the other 3 things that you did.
So the other 3 things is
what did you open with?
So I started with batata vada. I'm sure my Indian friends know this. It's a very Marathi Mumbai dish. So you get that. It's like a fried potato fritter.
Cool.
It's what you get street style, and we call it vada pav. So we eat it with bread. I didn't make bread. I just made the fritter itself.
Gotcha.
I made that with chutney and some like pomegranate just for like that tanginess.
That sounds good.
And then I did kolambi. Kolambi is shrimp.
Oh,
so I
nice.
did like shrimp with saffron beurre blanc. So you have to show some technique with your sauce as well. So that's why I did beurre blanc.
Gotcha.
It's a French sauce. And then I did a chicken roulade.
Mm.
I did a tandoori chicken roulade
Cool.
with makhni sauce, and I did a bhaji with it. So bhaji is what we get on like Mumbai street. It's also like a fritter, but it's like made with onions. So I made it with onions and spinach,
Right.
and just put that on the plate.
Sounds really good.
Thank you.
How do you get through that program without gaining like 20,000 kilos? I mean, it's just got to be tough, right?
Yeah, you just have to try.
So you mentioned friends coming to your Chef of the Day.
Yeah.
Do you have a lot of domestic student friends as well?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, they were mostly from this program
Okay.
who are graduates, and that's
Right.
when I invited them for my thing.
Have you met students outside the program?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I feel like there's a lot of like options in the college where you like meet people. There's a lot of like communities that you can join. Yeah, and just like I lived on the dorms, so that helped me a lot. My roommates, they were from like different programs, and then the RAs, the assistants. So yeah, that helps.
So your program's 5 quarters long. You spent all 5 quarters in the housing.
Yes.
Okay, and you're getting ready now. One of the podcasts we did recently was just about OPT, and that's how we actually met. She came in to get information about OPT.
Yeah.
You want to explain where you're going and what you're doing for OPT?
Yes, so I got my OPT approved, and I'm gonna be starting work from 1st April. So I'm gonna be working at Zyka. It's at Pike Street. Shout out to Zyka.
Yeah.
Do come there. It's a really good restaurant. We have good food there.
Is it just Indian food?
It's like a modern Indian food.
Okay.
So we do like a lot of variations. It's a good restaurant.
On the price scale, where is it?
I would say medium.
Medium, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's not that expensive.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, so I got my OPT and I'm really excited for it.
Yeah, I'll bet you are. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And you get paid during OPT, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. And do you know how many hours you'll work a week? Do they work you full time?
Yeah, I'm going to be working full time. You have to though for like OPT.
Oh, you're required to work
Yes, you have to work full time for OPT. Yeah.
And then, well, the reason I asked about your housing being at 5 quarters is normally you do maybe one academic year in housing, and then most students will go find an apartment or something like that. But you got to stay the entire time.
Yes.
Did you have to get special permission to do that, or
No.
Nope.
I just applied for it. So the reason why I decided to stay here, it's so close. Like you cross the street and your college is right there. My program, some of my quarters, they started at either 8 or like 7:30. It was really helpful for me living at the dorms.
Yeah.
Like, you know, if my class starts at 7:30, worst case I wake up at 7, I can still make it.
That's 7 a.m.
7 a.m.
Early
in the
morning.
Yeah. And I personally, I'm not a fan of public transport. I don't
No.
like taking it that early in the morning. So, like, you know, just thinking about these things, that's when I decided
Sure.
to, take the dorm.
Yeah. If you do need to take public transportation, Seattle is one of the great cities
Yes,
in the U.S.
it is.
for public transportation.
It is.
But yeah, if you
And
can
I feel like
avoid
the college helps you get the ORCA card
Yep.
as well.
Yep.
So, yeah, the college helps you with, like, public transport stuff as well.
Yeah, it's really
It's just with me, I'm not a fan of, like, traveling too much.
that's
But
fair.
that's just, like, my preference, though.
Right.
But, yeah.
Now, before we started rolling, I asked her about housing, and she had some good constructive criticism
Yeah.
about it. So I want to be transparent with you international students, because you really have 3 choices for housing. So her feedback may help you make a decision. Most of the students I talked to about housing have really positive things to say, but it was nice to hear your feedback. We also do homestays where you can stay with an American family. And you can get an apartment either by yourself or with friends.
Yes.
But you chose housing, so let's hear your feedback about housing.
So I feel like it was a pretty good dorm. You have laundry in the building. It's not in your apartment, but you get a dishwasher in your apartment, which is good. Like for like international students, you don't have to wash your own dishes. But in terms of like living, it's a pretty small room. There's not really any privacy. It's just one big room and like 3 beds. So you can choose either 2-person dorm and like 3-person. I was in a 3-person dorm, because I've seen the 2-person room and it's way smaller. It's just too congested. So you don't get any privacy in there, because the beds are like you know, you're facing your roommate directly. So if I'm here and my roommate is here, then we are facing each other.
So you better hope you like your roommate.
Yeah, because I've had that trouble before, where I wasn't fond of one of my roommate, and then I had to change my room.
But it was possible to do
Yes, it is possible. So even if you don't get along, you can talk to the housing representative, and you can just tell them what's up, and then they can help you with that.
Right.
But yeah, it's if you don't get along, then it kind of sucks.
It can be tough, yeah.
It can be tough, yeah. That was kind of a tough time for me.
Sure.
Yeah.
So when you go into housing, they have you fill out an application.
Yes.
Do you get to put down like preferences or what kind of hobbies you have so they can maybe match you with someone?
Yeah, you do actually.
Okay.
You just put your preferences and like even like your drinking, smoking preference, if
sure,
you're okay
sure.
with that too. So they start from the basic,
Right,
which
right.
is good. Yeah, I requested for someone who is from the same program as me, but they couldn't find anyone. But
Okay.
yeah, but like my other roommate was really good. I'm still
Cool.
friends with her.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's really great. But now that you're going to be doing OPT, you're going to be moving out.
Yes, I am.
So what's your housing situation going to be?
So I got a new apartment.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's near the place that I'm going to be working.
Great part
Yeah.
of town.
Yeah.
Love it down there, yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty easy to get an apartment too. I would have got an apartment if my program didn't start this early, and I would have left the dorm back in time. It's pretty easy to get the apartment, even in like Seattle for like international students. They just like ask your income proof, like just like your visa proof, like your passport, and that's pretty much it. You just
Right.
go see the place. It's a pretty straightforward application.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big American city, so
Yeah.
expect to have somewhat expensive rent. But if you're creative and you look around,
Yeah.
you can find things that are pretty affordable, even in nice parts of town. So,
Yes.
like I know a lot of students that live down at the U District
Yeah.
near the University of Washington because there's
Yeah.
so much great housing.
A lot
down
of
there.
people from my program also live at the U District.
Oh, okay.
It's known for like good housing. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah.
I've heard. Yeah, it's good housing.
You can
for
get a
students.
room or you can get a
Yeah.
studio or
Yeah.
whatever. So that's really cool.
Yes.
So you have some friends. What do you guys do for fun?
So with me, I love hiking, and
Oh, yeah.
I feel like Seattle and Portland is a good place for like hiking. I love just like going around walks when it's like a nice day. I love walking. I love going to like different coffee shops. Maybe cat cafe. There's a really cute cat cafe known as Neko Cat Cafe. I go there a lot.
Yeah.
Shout out to them.
Yeah.
And they have like cute cats that you can play with while you're like having your beverages, eating
Right.
food.
I've heard of this before.
Yes.
When I used to live in China, and they had cat cafes there.
Yeah,
too,
really?
yeah.
Okay, nice. And then you also like, there's a lot of parks around here. Cal Anderson is
It's
right
true.
there,
Cal Anderson's great.
just like across the street. It's good for like walking, like running, just
Mm.
spending some time. Or maybe I love to like go and eat out a lot.
Probably.
Yeah, I love to just like go and just like kind of critique food in my
Sure.
own sense. Just yeah, I love doing that. So that's what I do for fun.
Okay, so you've probably tried most of the Indian restaurants.
Oh, I have.
And which is your favorite? Other than the place where you're doing OPT.
Okay, there's this restaurant, Spice King.
Oh, okay.
I love their butter chicken.
Wow,
It's
good
so
to
good.
know.
It's so good. It's and like the quantity that they give is really good. So I remember I used to order that when when I was back in school, doing like my program, and then I used to order that, and that used to be good for like 2 days for me.
Cool. Is it near the campus?
It's like I think it's like a 20-minute walk.
Oh, okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
Cool.
Yeah.
Wow, there, check that out, guys.
Yeah,
You
it is.
wanna
It
get
is.
some
It is
good-
good butter chicken.
Well, it's always funny, like when I talk to students and I ask them about their home country's cuisine and have they found anything locally that matches what they can get back home, and it's tough.
Yes. So no, there's not a lot of Marathi food in here, and I feel like I was thinking about this the other day. That's what I want to do here in Seattle after. I want to bring Marathi food in Seattle, either through by like working in a restaurant or like maybe my own restaurant someday. I want to bring good Marathi food to Seattle, and that's my goal
Right.
for now. There's really not a lot of regional cuisines. They are underrepresented for sure. We have Indian cuisines in Seattle, but it's more like all over the place.
Gotcha.
It's some from the south, some from the north, but there's not a specific regional cuisine restaurant, which sucks because I love Marathi food. Classic is like my Marathi friends would know this. It's puran poli. puranpori, and katachi amti. That's something in my language where I love that.
Okay.
So that's something, I want to go that basic and I want to bring it to Seattle.
Well, I'm a little surprised that it's not represented because we have such a huge Indian population in the Seattle
I was surprised
area.
too.
Like if you go to Microsoft's campus is right across the water there, so lots of Indian employees out there. So I'm surprised that they don't have something specific to.
Yes, I was surprised too, which kind of sucks because our food is so good. Like Marathi cuisine is really good. It's so comforting. It's warm. It's something that I eat every day, even though I'm here. I cook for myself a lot. I do cook a lot of Marathi food.
I'll bet you do, yeah.
Yeah, it can be as basic as varan bhat, which I'm sure they'll know. It's just rice and dal, but it's like a different kind of dal that we make.
Sounds good.
It's pretty basic. So starting from like that basic, I want to bring it to Seattle.
Yeah, cool. Well, good luck with that.
Thank you.
Before you get out to that part, you have your OPT.
Yes.
After OPT, kind of what's your plan? You're kind of thinking about sticking around to study more?
Study maybe. I don't know yet. I'm thinking of going to South Seattle College, maybe doing the hospitality management program that we talked about earlier.
You do have a bachelor's degree out there.
Yes, because now that I did my associate in culinary arts, I think that program is a good deal for me. Now that I learned about culinary, I can learn more about like maths and like techniques and that. So
For sure, yeah. We also have a wine program out there at South, so check out our website. You can see all the different kind of options we have between Central and South.
Yes.
There's a lot of good
wine program,
options. Yeah. Well, very good. Oh, do you hear that? It's trivia time.
It is.
All right, very good. So this is the part of the show where we ask you 5 questions. If you get them all right, get on our Wall of Fame.
Perfect.
And if you don't, it's okay. You'll just cry yourself.
Well, I'm excited either way.
Yeah, it'll be great.
Okay.
All right. Question number 1. Name a fish that is native to the Puget Sound that you can cook.
Oh my God. Is it cod?
Cod? We have cod.
Okay.
Sure, why not?
Okay, cod it is. I love cod.
We have cod, we have halibut, we have salmon, we have a lot of different fish.
Okay, I'm going to say cod.
We're going to go with that. Cod's
Okay,
good.
let's just go with cod.
Okay, very good. Question number 2. If you're going to go home like you did for a vacation quarter, what do you need to do before you leave?
Just get your I-20 signed. That's important.
For
or
sure.
if you don't, then you don't get to come back here.
Yeah.
They do check that at the airport. So at your I-20, I think at the second page, they have a area where you need to give it to the international office and then they sign it for you.
Gotcha.
That's all you need. You need a travel signature. If you get that, you're good.
So I'm American, obviously. So when I come back from being overseas, I just breeze right through. But I'm guessing you don't have that option.
Nope.
You have to stop, and are they nice? Or are they serious?
I think they're very nice. Yeah,
Are they? Oh, good.
I've never had.
I worry that they're super serious.
Yeah, but I've never had a bad experience
good.
personally. When I was questioned at the airport the second time I came, they just asked me what I studied. They just looked at my I-20 and they just asked me basic questions.
Oh, cool.
They were even basic than the visa interview.
I would hope. Jeez.
Yeah, and then I just got in. It's pretty easy.
All right, good. So
Yeah.
don't worry too much, guys.
Yeah, sometimes they ask for your documents, so just be prepared. You never knew.
You never know.
You never know. Sometimes they may ask for your documents, and if you don't have it, then I feel like at that point you're screwed. But
You don't want to get on another plane right away.
yeah, just have your documents and you're good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Question number 3. Between the state of Washington, where you're currently living, and the state of California is another state. What is that state?
Hey, I'm not very good with this.
Your sister lives there.
Oregon?
Oregon! Nice job. Whew, that was a tough one. Okay, question number 4.
Well, you can't be asking me about geography right now.
Okay, this one's going to be hard for you.
Okay.
In the city of Seattle, we have a professional baseball team, not unlike cricket. What is the name of our baseball team?
I have no idea. I'm sorry. You can't be asking about sports and geography.
Seattle Mariners.
Okay, I had no idea about this.
If you haven't been to a game, you should really go.
Okay.
I mean, even if you don't like sports all that much,
No,
it's an experience.
I like sports, but my program was so intense. I didn't have time to like...
You were busy.
Yeah, I was really, really busy.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I forgot saying. This program is really tiring, but it is worth it.
It is. So, like, I get here in the morning for work.
Yeah.
I get here pretty early. And when I come in, the only students that are in the halls are the culinary students.
Every time. I feel like I'm here all the time,
Yes.
except for like Mondays. I'm here starting Tuesday, and I feel like that was my life since like past
Right.
1.5 years.
I mean, that first quarter, I think you can start a little later. But
Yeah.
after that, yeah, you guys will be here early.
Even in 5th, you start at 9.
Oh, you do? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. That's
except
nice.
for like, I think Wednesday.
All right.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But
Do you do any courses in the program that aren't cooking related?
yeah, we have other classes.
Like what?
Like we have functions. We had functions of management this quarter.
Oh.
We had a banquet and catering class.
Interesting.
We have other classes too.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not just all
No,
food
no. You
prep,
have
is that-
Excel. You have that kind of classes.
Oh, great.
They make sure that you also know other stuff than just cooking.
Right.
You have a little bit of math, and then in like 4th quarter you have exam which is on paper.
Oh,
You have a semester exam, and then you also have your finals. You also have your knife skills test.
Mm-hmm.
You have a sauce test. There's so many little things.
Okay.
But it is interesting. If you have a passion for it, then it is interesting.
I'm sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I remember going down the halls because sometimes I run inside the building when it's terrible weather.
Yeah.
And I see you guys in your classroom.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. So
It
they're
is.
not always in the kitchen.
No, we are not. We just in the kitchen starting 9 to 1.
Okay.
So at 1 we are done cleaning up. So from 9 to 11 we prep. And then from 11 we are open to public. And then until 1 we serve to the public.
Right.
Yeah, but it's a good practice, and it is just like if you're working in like other restaurant, it is the same thing basically, and that's what they try to give us. It's like if you were working in other restaurants outside the college, then it's the same experience.
Gotcha.
I would say that.
Do you guys have health inspectors come in?
Yes, we do.
You do?
Yeah, they do like a.
Why wouldn't you? Of
Yeah,
course you
they do like health, like the health inspector. She comes in and then she checks everything.
Sure.
And sometimes she'll come up to you and ask you questions. I remember when I was in 2nd quarter, I just cooked pasta. I just did. And it was kind of hot. So I put it in the reach-in for it to cool down. She temped it and then she said, "What time did you cook it exactly?" And then I told her. So I didn't violate any of the terms, but yeah, they do ask you questions.
Be ready.
Yeah, be ready.
Which makes another question for me. When
Yes.
you are first here in your first quarter, in the state of Washington, you have to have a food handler's permit,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So do you do that as a class, or is that just one of the very first things you do?
That is the first thing you do. So there's a class. I don't remember the name of the class right now, but in first quarter, you have to take a Serve Safe exam too. You study for that.
Okay.
Then you go in and then you take it, and then that's when you get your Serve Safe certification and
Gotcha.
your food handler's permit.
Is there a fee associated with the test for that?
Yes.
Okay.
So you buy a book online from their government website for Serve Safe, and then in the book there's a code.
Oh, okay.
You put the code in, and that's when that exam is for you, and that's when they send you your certificate for the exam if you
nice.
pass it.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a super difficult test.
It's not, but like
But you do need to
need
study.
and you do need it if you wanna go to the next quarter and like cook here.
Absolutely.
You need a permit for that.
Yeah. I did a cooking course for students in Alaska, and we had a French chef come out and do it, and so we all went through the food handlers
really?
test. It was really
Oh,
great, actually.
okay.
So I still have my food handler's card from Alaska. It's
Oh,
kinda
nice.
fun. Yeah, it was really cool.
Nice.
So last question. Yeah, I don't know how much time you have for fun. It sounds like you're pretty busy, but what was the last movie you saw in the theater?
In Seattle, I didn't really go to a
No?
theater.
All right,
But
how about at
but
home?
I remember it was my sister and my brother-in-law. We watched Veer Savarkar. It's an Indian movie in theaters, but that was in Portland.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I know some of the theaters here in Seattle locally do
Yeah.
play
Yeah, they do.
occasionally. I mean, not a ton.
Even I think our Broadway theater that they have, is it the Erickson Theater?
Yeah, right here. Yeah.
Yes, they also have plays.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you start missing Bollywood films, you can catch them here. Yeah. You can always get them streamed, of course.
Yes.
But, yeah.
I usually like watching stuff on Netflix. That's just me. I like comfort of just like at my own, own home, like my own time.
A lot of students like that.
Yeah, it's just convenient for me. Like if I'm back from my college, I just want to sit and relax on my own bed, like my own Netflix, chilling.
So, which begs the question, most degree plans that we have are a combination of hybrid, in-person, online classes. Culinary must be a little bit different. Is it all in person?
Yes.
Everything?
Everything's in person. Wow. There's nothing online.
That's really cool.
Yeah, because you have to be there in the kitchen to learn. Right. You can't really do that online. I know there are other colleges, around the world who, have their program online. But also in that, you have to have a kitchen.
Sure.
Where you have to show the chef all your knife cuts and everything.
Right.
It just makes sense to do it in person. And it is not part-time. It is full-time.
And part of the joy of going to school overseas, an international student, is getting to know
in there,
people.
I feel like I wouldn't have taken this if this was online.
No.
It's the fun. It's like you go there, you cook, and that's what I'm passionate about.
Gotcha.
So I like that.
Right. Normally, students are required to have at least 7 units worth of in-person or hybrid classes. So if you come here for, say, a philosophy degree, don't worry. But with culinary, you've got to do it all in person. That's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
Nice. All right. Well, good job on the questions. Get to a baseball game before you leave. That's a really
I'll try.
fun thing to do. Will you have a day off or 2 days off?
I have 1 day off.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Good.
But I feel like that's in general how restaurants are.
Probably.
You get a day off. Even in India, that's what I had.
Right. And what are they going to have you doing? Do you know?
Yes, I'm on the appetizers first.
Oh.
And then I think he said I'm on garnishing and then like a little bit of plating. And then I think when I get promoted, that's when I'm going to be on curries.
Wow.
Yeah.
Maybe we could come and film you cooking?
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Oh, my God.
Maybe we should do that. We'll set that up.
Yes, for sure. That's going to be fun.
I wish we had started filming you from the day you started the program.
Yes.
And then we could have just done a whole thing. So if you're getting ready to come to Seattle Colleges as a culinary student, reach out to me because I would love to follow your journey through the whole thing. That would be really fun, no matter which country you're from.
So my mom and dad are going to come back here, and I can't wait for my dad to try the food. I think he's going to love it.
Yeah, I'll bet.
I can't wait for them to see me cook in a actual real world restaurant apart from this.
Right.
I'm excited for all of them. My sister, my brother-in-law, my mom, dad. Shout out to them.
Anyone from anywhere in the world. Go to the restaurant.
Yeah, come to Zyka. It's good food, and then it's a good location to just come and eat. Good ambience.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, everything's just good.
Check it out. All right, and the last couple things that we do, I always ask our international students to maybe say a few words in their first language. Your first language is?
It's Marathi. I mean, that's what I've been talking about, Marathi food, so it's pretty obvious. Okay. नमस्कार, माझं नाव अनुष्का पाठक आहे आणि मी आता सियाटल सेंट्रलमध्ये culinary आर्ट्स हा प्रोग्राम शिकतेय. इकडे जायका म्हणून एक रेस्टॉरंट आहे, तर तिथे मी काम करणार आहे. खरंच खूप छान रेस्टॉरंट आहे. म्हणजे ओव्हरऑल तिथे सगळंच फूड वगैरे त्यांचं चांगलं आहे. फक्त एवढंच आहे की तिथे मराठी फूड नाही आहे, जो की माझा फ्युचरमध्ये प्लॅन असेल इथे येऊन मराठी फूड एस्टॅब्लिश करायचा.
There you go. Nice job. Final thing, you've been through the process now. You're graduating.
I am. I'm done.
You are the wise veteran student. You have students that are thinking about coming to Seattle, maybe to study here at Seattle Colleges.
Yeah.
What advice would you give them?
As a student in culinary program?
Or any student, really. It could be culinary. That would be awesome. Or it could be anything.
I feel like my advice would be if you come here for any program, just be on time. Just get your documents cleared. Even when you come here, just be attentive. If your F1 status is cleared, there are certain requirements that you need to maintain your F1 status. You have to be a full-time student and that kind of thing. So just be attentive on that. But apart from that, enjoy. It is really pretty here. Seattle is pretty. I know the weather isn't the best all the time, but also it is a nice place to live. There's so much greenery. The neighborhood is good. People are really nice. And good luck to everyone who's planning on coming here. do join our culinary program as well. It is a good program.
Yeah.
And hope to see some of you here.
For sure. Yeah, thanks. Good. All right. That's great advice, guys. Plan.
Yeah.
Get your timing down.
Yes.
It's all good stuff to do.
Yeah.
You don't want to miss a boat somewhere.
Yep.
Thanks so much for your time today.
Thank
I'm so
you.
excited to go. I'll have to go and eat at your restaurant.
Yes, for sure.
Try your food. That would
You
be really
have to,
fun.
for sure.
Do you have to make reservations?
No.
No,
You can
just walk in.
Yeah.
Cool.
Sometimes if it's like a weekend, I'm pretty sure if it's like evening, you have to.
Oh, okay.
But you could just walk in as well.
Sure. When do they open? Do you know?
I think
Lunch,
around,
dinner.
yeah, I think around 12, I
Okay.
think.
That makes
I'm pretty sure it's 12, yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I'll see you down there.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for coming and joining us. We appreciate that. Every Wednesday, we're right here on Conversations With. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We want to get the word out there to everybody. If they want to learn about being an international student, hopefully in Seattle, hopefully Seattle colleges. This is a great channel to come and get information.
Yeah.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.
Namaste.
Bye, guys. Namaste. Bye-bye. Conversations With is painstakingly crafted for you by the Seattle College's International Programs Department and supported by the lovely folks here on our campus. This show is produced and edited by me, Evan Franulovich. We welcome your emails and questions about coming to Seattle Colleges. Please reach out to us via our website or just give us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts, as this helps others discover the show. Also, don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, or YouTube at Seattle Colleges INTL. That's Seattle Colleges INTL. And be sure to check out all of the shows here on Conversations With. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.